Hello everyone and welcome to the GC Sports channel. My name is T-Bird, bringing you the action from tonight's B Custom race live at Phoenix International Raceway. Joined tonight by Travesty as an in-race reporter. We are here at the 1 mile little track in the desert. That is one of the most unique tracks on the racing circuit here at GC Sports and in NASCAR in general. Obviously you have the dogleg and at the start finish line, which will be a huge factor in how drivers drive that tonight and such. You also have two very somewhat different turns actually in how they drive in that sort of sense. Turns 1 and 2 much flatter and almost have a very different line between there and turns 3 and 4, which has a bit more bank into it and will carry, but at the same time will carry less speed as it's much tighter of a turn. So if you'll now we'll take a look at the point standings here heading into the race. We will start with the top of the leaderboards, which is Daha in the 18 at 925, only 3 points behind him. Country Caliber in the 11, and then there's a bit of gap between him and DB the Best and Jose. Guardian rounding out the top 5 there. Tiller, who is suspended for tonight after actions during the Homestead race, he will have a massive deficit from missing this race. Private Patton will be starting towards the rear of the field, but he is 7th in the points. Street Machine 8th, Sauce 9th, Blaney 10th. Our in-race reporter Trav 11th, Rub on him 12th, 13th Shacky, 14th Hunty, 15th Manmyth, 16th Warpig, 17th Nukabob, 18th Ward, 19th Robbie, and 20th True Death. That is the entire points of the B Customs there. Now if we take a look at like the key to the races, I should probably call it. I think the first thing is the stages are slightly different than most races in this league, where stage 1 don't even need the pit, especially if you can save enough tire. And then stage 2 and 3 right about equal in length, where you'll have a stop about halfway through. And I apologize real quick. I am going to fix something because I do not like how much my notifications are popping up right now. Alright. Sorry, back to the show. And Travis, if you don't mind telling me when I can join the lobby, that would be great.
Sure thing. I'm trying to send you about 5 invites.
Yep, I see him coming across my phone now. As we look at the qualifying order, Daha in 18 on pole with Jose Protege 2nd, both running 25 4s. P3, JC or JWoww is back, one of the top 3 from Sunday night in the C Customs, being able to race up here tonight. He starts 3rd and could make himself the first person to race all 3 custom events this season if he stays there. P4 Country Caliber, P5 Trav, P6 Guardian, P7 Street Machine, P8 Old Johnny Boy, another person from the C Customs, P9 Long Live the Sauce, and P10 Warpig making a race for one of the few times that he has come this season. Also believe a couple more are in this race as well, behind them. I've seen that the timer's rolling for the lobby, so I should be getting to the action soon enough.
Yeah, we're getting in the loading
Quick blue screen. There's indeed 13 drivers in tonight's race. JC are clashing, Private Pat and Rub on them, and Memphis Phoenix also in the fold. Memphis Phoenix and Clashing both being well, actually I don't know if Clashing is racing or not. I know Memphis Phoenix is for sure. But anyways, as we're loading up here with the Fanatec stuff on your screen at the moment, if you have any questions out from YouTube land, I will try to answer them throughout the action. I apologize if I don't get to them right away. Meanwhile, as we get down to it, it is Daha on the pole. Jose Protege 2 is outside as they head to the start-finish line right before the dogleg. Green flag is out, and the entire field dives down below the dogleg to begin the race. Daha and Jose Protege both clear of third place, it seems, but now JC or JWoww dives it in a bit, trying to keep the 4 even. Daha has pulled away a bit.
We got a caution already.
And, oh wow. We made it one corner, ladies and gentlemen. One corner, and we have a caution. Lovely. So, yep, there we go. Now we're starting to see people roll in here. Keep joining, stay interacting with the channel here. We have transitioned to the old channel if you have not noticed by now. So, hopefully a lot of people get to enjoy the action that we bring to you this evening. Now, this caution will probably take one of the primary concerns of this first stage away, which is the tire wear situation. Now, Customs Cacti, you could probably build it to where it doesn't become an issue, but it's still something that could come up in the races as we are about getting ready to restart here. Daha still remains on the pole. They dive it down once again at the restart. Jose Protege remains second. JC or JWoww still third. Country still fourth. Daha gets clear again. And, oh, that's 88 in the wall a bit there. JWoww's kept it even. Travesty trying to work with the 40 on the 47 back there. And Daha has taken the lead and will lead the first green flag lap of the race. JWoww and Jose Protege now side by side for second. JWoww on the inside. It's harder to protect off that inside, but it can be done, and he will actually pass the 4. And now Country Caliber to the inside for P3. And it looks like having the preferred line down in 3 and 4, he will get that spot. So great stuff from both of them. Getting an early spot in the jockey for position off the restart stage here. Private Pat all the way up to 5th already after starting outside the top 10. Incredible driving from the 12 as one of the fastest in the B Customs makes his way through. Paw Bear with glad to see me up here. I'm not sure why you would be glad to see me, but I will accept the compliment as such. As meanwhile, back up front. Oh, Country Caliber's around. Hits Guardian. There's a huge red Memphis Phoenix War Pig also around, and that likely is caution. Yep, there's the car slowed down, and the second caution comes out. Country Caliber just looks like he gets too low out the exit of turn 2 and absolutely loses the car. And spins right back up in front of the field. So, looks like a bit of nerves coming from the drivers early. A couple mistakes happen in the early laps. It's a very hard place to pass, so I mean, a lot of these restarts are going to be crucial. It's almost like if you see an F1 restart where you see everyone going hard out early because they know it's hard to pass later in the race, and no different with a track like Phoenix, which is more of you're fast based off how you drive, not how your car's set up sort of deal. So, yeah. So now Daha will lead him again. JC or JWoww now to his outside as the front row has changed for the first time this evening. Third restart of the race, and we're back underway. Green flag Daha with an amazing start. Jose Protege also really nice, gets alongside a 9. and will try to hold the spot as the leader gets clear. Private Pen gets around the outside of Trav to get into P4. As now the 4 will attempt to hold off the 12. Private Pen up the inside. He has a great run through 3 and 4 that time. And now side by side, though, there's a bit of contact. Private Pen is way down in the turn. There's a lot of space, but I don't know if you could go that low. And there's Travis, you saw in the 3 car right around the outside of him now after Patton could not get any sort of a run. There was contact between him and the 4, so don't blame him. Now Trav's in the wall. So Patton will keep his 4th place. Country Caliber back up to P7, trying to make his way back through the field after the caution that was just brought out. Now trying to see if he could work on Street Machine and Trav to get back into the top 5. Meanwhile, the rest of the field is just about single filed out at this point. JCR JWoww might be looking to work on the 18 of Daha here for the lead. I don't think we see a move coming from him yet, but you will see a decent amount of passing. There's not too much of a benefit staying in the draft to someone like the 1.5 miles that you would normally see that strategy played out at.
Here, Patton's lagging bad.
Alright, that is something to keep an eye on here. So 12 with a potential lag issue as now the top 3 are swamping each other. JWoww maybe gets a bit of a wall there. He's trying to work around the outside of Daha. Jose's trying to work up the inside. 2nd and 3rd under a blanket with the leader. Now they're side by side back with each other. Jose Protege with the inside. Can he get 2nd away from JCR JWoww? And he will for the moment. Now can the 4 protect it? He goes lower. And we've seen that 9 car take a higher line just the last lap. Meanwhile, Mini Cooper out in the audience saying that he's watching. Good to see that. One of our C Custom guys that races on Sunday. So go check him out on Sundays if you would like to see what he does. Meanwhile, back with the race in action now. Daha and Jose Protege. Nose to tail now. Jose Protege. He'll make a move up the inside, dives it in, gets to his quarter panel. Doesn't have enough of a run to hold it, but he has the run off the corner with the inside. They're side by side. JWoww's also there. They're right back to that blanket. And now they're back side by side. JWoww now on the outside. That's the preferred line down in 1 and 2, so should be able to have at least somewhat of a run. Private Patton's hanging out in 4th, and Country Caliber's made his way back into the top 5 at this point, as there's a couple battles going on in the back. 47 of Johnny Boy looked like he was taking a peek back there. And now the front 3. JWoww looking at Daha. Takes a look around the outside. Doesn't have room to make a move as Jose Protege fills the gap that he would have been using to cut down almost immediately in that scenario. So the 2nd and 3rd place duel has kept Daha in the lead for the moment, but those 2 are also hawking down at 18 absolutely ferociously at the moment in time. They stay behind each other this time around in 1 and 2. Maybe JWoww's trying to get a run out of turn 2, make a move down in turn 3. Looks like he'll have a chance around the outside here if he can get it to stick. And it looks like he's going to have a run. He's to the outside. They're side by side at the line this time. JCR JWoww is now in front of the 18, and he might get clear in turn 1. And he will. New leader JCR JWoww is back, and he's back out front in GC. As Jose Protege nearly loses it down at the exit of turn 2. He's back to 5th at this point. After that, and meanwhile, looking right in front of him, Country Caliber now might be making a move for P3 on Private Patton. Back out front, JWoww's now protected from Daha, but it looks like he has a very fast machine, especially in this long run scenario where he started to pull away from that 18 a tiny bit. So looking back at third, Jose Protege also a very fast long run car as he's already caught back up to Country Caliber. And Private Patton looking to get back in that podium spot. Caliber looks underneath the 12 this time, and he has the run out the corner. Just about, nope, now Private Patton has a run very late, and down in 3 and 4. Country Caliber, preferred line on entry. Patton with the preferred line on exit. Patton's able to protect the third place spot for the time being. Another look at the inside of Private Patton off the exit of the corner. And oh, there's a car around. It's Warpig. Warpig spun out.
Himself out.
Around at turn 1 and 2. Looks like a self-spin. Rub also back there, so something might have happened with the 88 as well. Looking back at this battle for third, Country Caliber has gotten clear of the 12 and he's put the bumper, his rear bumper to his front bumper. Jose Protege now looking at fourth as Memphis Phoenix nearly gets loose out the corner. Well, does get loose, nearly loses it completely, I should say. Now Private Patton, he's looking to the outside at the moment, but has to just file in line at the for now. Private Patton now losing a bit of the 11, maybe not as good as the 1 and 2 as the 11 had there. And the 4 of Jose Protege also now looking at that rear bumper of the 12 Penske Ford. And we'll actually quickly flip over to the attacking car of the 4 for our first onboard cam of the evening with Jose Protege's. We look at really how different the entries and exits are for these two. A bit of a harder entry that time for Jose Protege, maybe trying to get that car to fit around the outside, but he does have a run. It does have the outside to the 12. And oh, the 12 has completely lost it. Or he's just dropped down the pit. One of the two. Private Patton, he's down pit road now. I think he's had an issue. And that is absolutely detrimental. I think he might be out this race real early. That's absolutely amazing. Back out front, JC or JWoww has continued to pull a gap to the 18 and the 11 and the rest of the field. Jose Protege will reclaim 4th spot. And as Street Machine moves into the top 5 for the first time this evening. Holy cow is right there, Mr. Mini Cooper. Absolutely insane scenes we have seen. Now, looks like the 11 might be catching the 18. There could be a battle there at some point. Another battle look at the moment is Guardian and Old Johnny Boy. As they're right together. That's for P6 or 7, I believe. That would be P6. So, just have a look at from here as we also got a decent enough look to see if the battle for second's heating up, and it looks like it actually is. So we'll head back to Country Caliber here. Although now he seems like he's Caliber seemed like he's lost time as I apologize for that quick issue. Oh, and there's a car around. It looks like Rob's around down 1 and 2 again. Yep, he is slow down the apron. And oh, he's just driven it down the pit lane. Oh dear. Oh dear. That's not a pretty one. Back at looking at P2 now as we'll continue to look to fend off the 11 here. And it looks like later in this run they've at least kept even with the 9 car of JWoww, and we could even see a battle for him maybe late here if it comes down to that for the stage. I do not know how many laps are left in this stage, but I would assume it's not too many at this point. It seems like we've been going for
It's
a
3 to
bit.
go. They'll be coming to 2.
So coming to 2 to go, actually, as you've just heard from Mr. Trav himself. And oh, that 9 car is not looking that on pace right now. Maybe he's a bit short and tired. Maybe he just has lost his speed. As there we go. So can Daha maybe make a move on this final lap? They would have to catch him first. Country Caliber also looking for an extra point here if he can get to the back of the 18, which he is right there. This could be a very fun stage finish here for stage 1. Final lap of the stage. JWoww in first, trying to defend it. Daha's in the wall. Country Caliber to the inside. Country Caliber is right there. Will he have enough of a run off the corner? Will he use the bumper down in 3 and 4? JWoww looks clear. Daha is going to manage to hold on to second. Country Caliber will have third, and Jose Protege will take the 4th spot. Street Machine should be 5th as the stage wraps up here. Street Machine, Old Johnny Boy, Guardian 7th. That looks like Sauce 8th. 9th is Memphis Phoenix, and 10th might be you, Trev, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I'm in 10th.
All right. All right. Now, as we have a bit of time to look at the comment section once again, Gottnub. Long time no see. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope you are doing well. Well yourself, my friend. Would love to get back racing with you at some point down the line. Hope you're doing okay. And also we have the bots. Gotta love them. Why do they pick Russian as their goddamn language? Like I know it looks weird, but why do the bots have to pick Russian? Other than they're from Russia, which would be a safe to assume bet, but
we're getting ready to start stage 2.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm just going off a quick side rant, as JWoww and Daha will lead the field back to green, and dive it right back below the dogleg here for stage number 2. Now, stage 2 and stage 3 over 50 laps apiece, so you'll definitely see green flag pit stops if we go run the stage green. And you'll also see these guys pretty much going full out at this point in the race. JC or JWoww was able to get the back bumper in front of Daha. And now Country Caliber for second to the inside of Daha. Jose Protege looking at both of them. He doesn't really have a space to fit it in there, though. Long live the sauce. Looking at that P5 spot from Street Machine, and he actually might get it here up the inside. He does. So up from P8 to P5 already in this stage for the 21 machine. Now Country Caliber with a great run out of turn 4. Down the inside of Daha. He might want to get clear of the 18 as it would help him run down to 9 in big time. But it looks like Daha is on that outside. He's going to be able to defend it. Now Jose Protege as well is going to be on that outside to make a challenge for P3. So this could go backwards in the end for Country Caliber. Battle for 6 as well. Memphis Phoenix to the inside of Street Machine down the dog leg. But this battle for 3rd, Country Caliber dives it really hard in there. Maybe try to get the bumper in front. He can't. Jose Protege is going to have a nice run out the corner and should be able to claim P3 for himself. Front 4 single file. Gottnub, you should be getting behind the wheel again. I do miss you out there, so yeah, it'd be great to see you back at some sort of capacity in league racing. We'll see. But now the battle for the league's really heated up here. Daha's gone down the inside of JWoww. Jose Protege helping him. JWoww is going to try to defend on the outside. JC or JWoww now has the run. He goes way high up the dog leg. Try to hold that outside for 1 and 2 right here. So Daha has gotten clear. Now the battle for 2nd as JWoww hits the wall. Jose Protege is going to have a chance here to get second, but also gets blocked up by Daha, so we'll see what he can do. Now, Long Live the Sauce has caught to our leaders in P5 and might be looking for more spots here. JWoww's back to third, now back to fourth even, as Country Caliber gets around the outside of him. Now, Jose Protege looking down the inside of our leader. Daha looks like he's going to hold on. Maybe now Jose Protege way down, nearly hitting that inside wall, trying to get the lead. Dives it in there. Can he have enough of a arc to make it work on the inside? He's got a decent enough run to at least stay somewhat close. Can't get it to work now. Country Caliber might try, but Jose dives in hard again. Country Caliber, an absolute blanket from the top four, maybe. And they're nearly 3 wide for the lead. Oh, there's contact. Jose Protege gets into the 18 off the inside. Country Caliber might try to send it 3 to here. Thinks twice of it. He'll let the front two race it out, while Country Caliber now has his own issues with JWoww again. Absolutely incredible battle going on. Jose Protege has made the inside work in 3 and 4 that time. He's taken the lead, and now they're nearly 3 wide for P2. Duh gets the bumper. The 4's in the wall. The 4's in the wall. Country Caliber to the point. Duh back to the inside of the 4. JWoww's looking at a spot. Guardian's into 5th and is looking for spots. The entire field's caught our leaders at this point. Guardians making a move for P3. And now they finally have single filed out, with Guardian making the most of it, going all the way from that mid-pack spot all the way up to P3 at the moment. Country Caliber's gotten a decent lead as 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th all continue to battle. And now Guardian's actually all the way up to looking for P2 now. Can he get the stick here? He's got to really have a stick here. And he goes. He slides right in front of 18. A beautiful move from Guardian to get right into the spot he needed to. Now Jose Protege with a run though. And we're right back to racing for P2. Guardian holds the outside. Can he get a run? It looks like they could be even 3 wide off this corner here. They'll keep it 2. Jose Protege to the inside. Oh, still on the inside, I should say. Guardian around the outside. Will try to hold line. Try to hold us outside here in 1 and 2 once again. Duh's looking at in P4, looking to maybe make a move. Jose Protege slides it right in front of Guardian. Has gotten P2 back for himself. And meanwhile, the racing's gone all the way back to P5 at this point, as JWoww is trying to hold off Long Live the Sauce and others, including Memphis Phoenix. Both C Custom guys now looking like they're going to be in the battle for 5th. Jose Protege continues till 2nd. Country Caliber, your leader. We are in the stage 2, probably right around the middle. So while all this balance has gone on, another thing to consider is that pit stops could be coming up very soon for all these guys. And I think just about finally the action up front has calmed down a little bit. We can take a look now at 5th place.
We got 39 to go.
39 to go, so not quite time for pit stops. You'll probably more likely see them split around in about, split the stage in half in about 10 laps or so. Maybe a couple of people come early, but that's about it. The admin, Mr. Aquatati, loving the racing out here. And I mean, I'm loving it too. It's been absolutely incredible to watch from the booth at this point. As now Looks like Daha was looking like he was going to make a move on Guardian, maybe try to get back into the podium spots for the time being, but now Guardian has crept up a bit on the 4. And at this point, they're all starting to single file out. Still really close, but we haven't seen too many attempts to pass in the last couple laps. A bit further back, it looks like there's some racing there. Travesty and Old Johnny Boy looks like they're having a bit of a conflict for P7. But that looks to be sorted out. Maybe, well, nope, not quite. As now 6th place Memphis Phoenix has also been caught by these guys. Travesty has the 47 nearly to his inside, now up to his inside. Can the 3 hold around the outside here off the 47. Holds a wide enough line, it seems. We'll go on board with our IRR, Mr. Travesty's son. Has to really hold around the outside at this point. And not to cutting that dog like a huge month a whole lot to preserve our outside, but now Johnny Boy's gone clear. And we'll be working on 6 with fellow C Custom driver Memphis Phoenix. And now Trav up to the inside of Memphis Phoenix for P7 or 6. Yes, that would be P7. Excuse me. He gets around, and our straight machine and Memphis Phoenix will battle for 8th. As well, we don't have to really worry about that. How do we? Straight Machine, Travesty, and Memphis Phoenix in a nice little battle here. Once again. As 3 is really able to hold on and starting to drive away a little bit. 95 and the 5 are now the 2 that are really battling. But even then, Memphis has a nice drive out that corner and makes it work. So now we've really seen this field spread out a decent bit here in stage 2. No one's really in too much of a battle in distance, I don't think. But we do have our first taker down the pit road. It's Old Johnny Boy in the 47. He was there right in that mid-pack area. So green flag stops will now look to be starting here. As we look back at some battles going on, looks like Trav and Long Live the Sauce have now gone into a little skirmish. They keep it clean for now. Don't see any of the leaders hopping down yet, just the 47 still. Also, saw the 88 down there as well. Don't know if that was... Yeah, it looks like the 88's out. Now, yes, he is. Alright, so the 88 was the first one to stop, and the 47 followed a lap or so after. It seems as there he is coming out now. Still no one else pitting. Look back up with Guardian, who's in P3 at the moment, as Daha is still within decent range of him for that 3rd position. And, but I mean, even then, Daha would have to have a great couple laps here to get right back up to the 1 car. So, as we're looking at these long run cars, Country Caliber seems to have a really phenomenal car. I mean, I've been told that he's known to be really fast here, and I think he's definitely proven it, especially in the 2nd stage now, with how he's managed to pull away and keep that distance as the rest of the field has settled out. So, Guardian once again Just another. Sometimes you just have to have a solid race to keep your spot, and that's what he's doing right now. Slight battle between Sauce and Travesty once again as Warpig heads down to the pit, so we finally have another person dropping down. But it looks like the 3 and the 21 have solved that conflict rather quickly. Massive Phoenix and Street Machine. Street Machine's all the way up to the wall. Hello. And yeah, as we've seen, still none of the leaders have popped down to the pit lane either. As up and up, there's Memphis Phoenix dropping down. He'll be the next of the cars to pit. Warpig's heading on out. He seemed like he was down there for quite a bit. Could just be where he was on the track before he pit, but looks like he's 2 laps down at this point in time. But granted, that is all provisional at the moment. Once we cycle back around, he will probably be back on the lead lap, or at least first car lap down at the very worst scenario. He did actually indeed get around Guardian. Should have probably touched on that first. But he is now sitting just like the rest of these guys. And it's almost like they're playing a sort of waiting game. Which one of you guys is going to drop down first? Between the front guys. As we've seen the back guys in the rear take pit early, try to make up some time that way. I think a lot of these guys realize how important the long run is, as now 3 guys all down there, including your race leader, Country Caliber. There with Jose Protege and Guardian. Now is 3 of the top 4 that just went down all in the same lap. They just kept right with each other. Daha stayed out with JWoww for at least another lap in the running. As we'll get a look at JWoww here, see what he does on this lap. He'll keep it out for another cycle. So will the 18. Meanwhile, the other 3 are in their pit stalls at the moment. And, oh, wait, never mind. Daha did actually come down. As well as Trash leading to 3. So JWoww's now your leader. Front 3 all come out. Country Caliber still provisional leader, but Jose Protege gained time on him through that pit entry, it seems, or the pit time. So, could see something very interesting play out there. Guardian's a bit back, but that's not the worst thing in the world. Daha is now coming out way behind the front 2. And JWoww is hopped into the pit, so that's your top 5 before the green flag pit stops, all down pit road now at this point in time. We are expected to loop back around the Country Caliber. I don't know if there's anyone else has yet to pit.
Street Machine's out front. I'm assuming he didn't pit.
I would assume so as well. And yep, he is actually diving down right as we flip over to him. So yeah. And so is Long with the Sauce. So now we're probably looking at the last of the pitters right there. And it should loop back around the Country Caliber being our leader. And a very interesting scenario being played out. Looks like in that sort of from third back, very interesting scenario. So Daha has the fresher tires in Guardian, he's in third. Johnny Boy has leapfrogged JWoww for 5th, but JWoww's way far back as well. So we'll see if he can even catch the 47.
Yeah, just confirming Country Caliber is the leader.
All right, thank you for that. So how many laps do we have to go now? What'd you say? Well,
Coming up to the line now. The leaders will be coming to 15 to go in a second.
15 to go. So they actually stayed out quite a long time, because that's pretty much your entire fuel run with how long they stayed out there. 15 to go in a 50-something lap stage, with when you're expected to only have 30 laps to begin with. So they definitely were able to stay out quite a long time at that. But now Jose Protege trying to see if his car will work. I don't think we'll get to the super long run, but if he has a good middle run car, he could have a chance at the stage win against Country Caliber. Meanwhile, looking back there, Guardian Daha also in the same scenario for third place. And while I doubt J-Well would get to the 47, he's already passed him by quite a bit. So no panic there, I guess. So your top 5 from before pit stops have now assumed their same spots after pit stops. And all's right in the world. But here comes Jose Protege. Has a chance to come down the inside. Well, really not really, actually. He's getting closer, it would seem. He's at least kept it the same distance at minimum every lap, and he's now really starting to work that car back towards the 11. Now the 11 was able to pull away early on in the stage with all the battling that was going on for second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. But now that we've gone spread out and we've seen the speed of these cars, it looks like Jose Protege might have something for this 11 right here of Country Caliber. Now Country Caliber, this is huge for him as well, as getting all the stage points you can. He headed into this race, he was only 3 points underneath the 18 of Daha, so a win would automatically get you above him, and then also these stage points would also help your case for that regular season lead. But can the 4 spoil the party here? A little bit. Meanwhile, Guardian also looking at Daha for third. Having to look back and forth at both these spots now. Now, no one's close enough to really make a move yet, but they're both just about there. So we could see a very exciting last 10 or so laps of this stage for multiple key spots. It looks like Guardian might be the first to really have maybe a shot. He looked to the inside there, lost a bit of time taking that look though, so might have to be a bit more patient and looking where he can get the 18 at this track. Maybe try to look around the high side 1 and 2, like we're seeing a lot of people be able to pull off. Now Jose Protege in second. He's gone lower off the exit of Country Caliber.
5 went around.
Up, Street Machine is around. And now he's in danger. As he's getting back up to speed, he's going to be right in front of the leaders. So while the leaders are battling, they also might have to deal with the 5 car who's getting back up to speed. Meanwhile, Guardians had another look up at the inside of the 18. Guardian side by side with Daha. And this battle is also going to bring J-Wow back into the equation for a top 3 spot. Guardian keeps it behind the 18 for now. Daha has really run that track to protect that outside line and really just run that entire corner to protect the outside. It's allowed Guardian to get to the inside of him more often, but the 18's trying
Leaders
to use
will be, leaders will be taking 5 to go here.
So 5 to go, and Guardian has a chance. He's side by side with Daha in 3 and 4 this time. J-Wow also in the equation now as these 3 battle for third. Meanwhile, the battle for the lead also looking like it's going to heat up. It looks like those 2 are nose to tail. Guardian's trying to hold it up the inside. Can't for the moment. Now flip back to Country Caliber. He's trying to hold the outside off of Jose Protege for the stage win. Looks like he's held it decently for now. JWoww to the outside of Guardian for P4. Also might try to get a run all the way. He might be in the wall there. They single file out. JWoww's made him got into P4 and will use the bumper to the 18 now. The one also to the bumper of the 9. They're side by side again out of 3 and 4 for 4. He will send it in there. Guardian or JWoww. I think we're probably heading towards 3 or 2 to go at this point. JWoww's held spot for now. Jose Protege a bit lower on the track in P2, trying to get the lead here. Can he get it? He's a bit back off of the 11 that time, maybe trying to get a run out of 1 and 2, maybe have a shot down here at 3 and 4. He's not really close enough that time. And now looking to the inside. Doesn't really have a spot to go. Does he use the bumper? It's right there. They're neck and neck. Can Jose get to the outside of the 11? They're going to go diving down the back straightaway into the 3 and 4. Jose Protege trying to use the bumper. Can't really get there. Country Caliber will win the stage. Jose Protege second. It looks like Daho's just able to hold off JWoww, who was making a hard charge for third at the end there. Guardian fifth. It looks like Memphis Phoenix and Old Johnny Boy 6th and 7th. Looks like Trav, you were 8th, Long Live the Sauce 9th, and Warpig 10th in all of that.
Yep.
Woo. God, I need more water. We still have a whole another 50-something laps to go here at Phoenix International Raceway.
Hey, T-Bird, I got a favor to ask.
Yes.
Going into this race, how far behind was I from Blaney?
That point situation was 26 points.
Okay.
As Country Caliber and Jose Protege lead them back down as they duck below the dog leg for what could be the final time off the restart. Jose Protege has the outside in, might be able to keep in contact with the 11. We haven't seen second place really stay side by side out of turn 2. Won't happen here. As now the battle for third looks like it could be something that is that we should consider, as Doha and JWoww are side by side once again. The field just fans out at the dog leg there. One of the great sights of NASCAR racing in general is the field fanning out the restart at Phoenix. Like that. Now Doha looking at P2 around the outside of Jose Protege. And it's held the outside. Can Daha get back all into P2? And I think if he keeps the car off the wall here, he might just about have the advantage to do so. And he will. He will get to second place. Jose Protege now is going to have to defend third off from JWoww. Guardian sitting right there in fifth. As now JWoww, he might get a nose around the outside here. Can't really get that to stick. He'll hold off Guardian for sure, but I think you need to be more side by side to make a move around the outside work there. Country Caliber has gotten a decent enough lead. It's not spectacular yet, but he has gone back out to a lead with a decent enough length to it. And the field's really going single file fairly quickly here. Not too much action going on. A couple cars still close to each other, especially up in his second, third, fourth, fifth range right here. That we're looking straight at with Jose Protege and JWoww and Guardian. But now there is Guardian up the inside. Can't really hold it though. Jose Protege is just gonna stay. It looks like everyone's just once again staying sort of in that line. I do also have to report that looking through for a spot for drivers that in the last stage, I do believe that the 88 has retired his car from the race.
No, I think he should still be racing, unless he's on pit road.
I'll take a look real quickly. He's down pit road. I think he's out of it.
Okay. Yeah, he's done then.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Jose Protege, he's had a look from JWoww. JWoww can't really make anything of it. Jose Protege now might get to the 18, and might have been some contact there, even. JWoww, he's going to make a move to the inside now. It's like head down 3 and 4. Jose cuts it off very nicely, actually. Very nice defense from the 4 car. But JWoww has a bit of a run now. Dives it way down, trying to get as close side by side as he can with that 4 car. And he dives it in. I don't really think he's going to be able to have a stick here. Guardian can't get around him, no. Or he might be trying to get around him by using the inside down. JWoww still actually side by side with Jose Protege for third. So JWoww is taking a nice lunge there. Now JWoww third at the moment. Can Jose get back around on the outside? I think JWoww had the opportunity to dive in and pull around in front, but now Jose Protege is going to have the run out the corner, it would seem. They're going to stay side by side, heading into 3 and 4 once more. Protege way around the outside. And he'll just end up losing time spots there completely. Now nearly dropping all the way back to 5th behind Guardian. They'll be side by side now for 4th. Guardian holds it. Guardian slides right up in front and will take 4th away as well. So Protege makes one mistake entering the corner, loses 2 spots out of it. And the field settles back down once more. Country Caliber remains your leader and has kept that same distance of a lead from the 18 of Daha at this point in time. Really just minding his own business, being able to take it. I mean, not easy. He's driven fairly fast to keep that distance from his championship rival at this point in the season, but at the same time, he's just not having to worry about someone trying to take it up the inside of him, really, for the moment. Calm down after that intense battle for stage 2, where he held off the 4. Really got back into things as we get deeper into this final stage. As we just take a look at the line our leader is running, right up towards the wall here, down the backstretch. And you'll see him and a lot of others that are right up towards the front here actually going below that yellow line in 3 and 4. Custard Dog like a decent amount, not completely, but to the inside wall like we'll see some do. And then You have this line down 1-2 that's almost like how you drive New Hampshire, where it's more of a diamond rather than a typical hook that you would see at most other places, including 3 and 4 at this very place. As we go back through there, and yeah, he just has a very consistent line to him and how he's been racing this one, especially when he's gone out to a lead like this in both stage 2 and 3. But now JWoww is looking at P2. He's probably also one of the fastest cars out here. Trying to take a look at the 18. They're bumping. They're nose to bumper at this point. JWoww not quite to his outside. He'll take the lunge up the outside, but he can't really get stick. As I mentioned previously, hard to get a lunge to the outside of someone to really stick at all, as the car on the inside will probably be on the throttle sooner in that rear scenario. Now JWoww to the inside of the 18, and this time he could really take a lunge at him, maybe try to force the 18 off the outside line. He's actually taken a nice run through the center of the corner. He's kept his car like 3/4 all the way in the lead. He's now clear for P2, and now the Guardian in the 1 has a chance to get back at Daha for P3, but can't really get to stick out the exit of the corner. Daha in the 18 takes a dive at the 9, trying to see if he can knock him up the line. Can't really get there, but the 1 doesn't have a counter to that behind him, except drive down there in 3 and 4 a bit and see if you could get a bit more of a run. So JWoww can now, looks like he'll try to begin the hunt of that 11 car of country caliber, and that could be an absolutely huge battle to see as this race comes down to a close, if the 9 can catch him, or if anyone else can catch him, for that matter. Doesn't have to be JWoww. Also, as I mentioned at the top of the show, JWoww looking to be the first person to race in C Customs, make his way through there, and then make his way through B Customs as well to drive tomorrow night at Talladega with the A Custom guys. Tune in back at this channel to see that race unfold at the same time as the festivities this evening. See a lot of really good racing from custom guys at the restrictor plates. When you get there, you can really see how smart and calculated those guys really are. But as we look back towards this race now, Guardian's actually... Where did Guardian go? He's just straight
He's
up...
back here with us in 5th.
Yeah, I've seen that. I got distracted and have seemed to fail to realize that he has ended up this far back. That's fun. Must have gotten loose out the corner or something and had a bit of a moment. Or just a bit of a moment in general. Maybe he's just fallen off a bit. Quite a bit. Well, a bit curious, but I digress. And now, JWoww, what I've seen the notes of him, he's actually caught Country Caliber by a decent margin already. So 9 car could be looking to make this a battle. Now, still probably a decent way before piss-offs, especially if we're going off of what we saw in the first stage 2, where these guys waited until like 20 to go to pit instead of splitting it in half like we originally thought. And you saw like the guys that did try to split it in half just got absolutely swallowed up by these cars later in the run. So it could be the better move. That's the element of strategy they have with just about any league race in general, and in here especially. I know tires don't mean as much in terms of what you could do with strategy as they do sliders race, but still it's a very good amount of strategy being played out in this race. So Country Caliber still leads. JWoww second, Daha third, Jose Protege fourth, and I believe Guardian still fifth. He is. Memphis Phoenix sixth, Travesty seventh, Johnny Boy eighth, Long Live the Sauce ninth, and then 10th seems to be Warpig. Street Machine is now down pit lane as the first car to head down there. He might just have problems with this car at this point. He had issues in stage 2 and hasn't really seemed to recover a whole lot, if any. So now we look back up towards the front of this field, and now it looks like the gap's sort of stagnated between first and second. They're all about maybe a second, I'd have to say. Maybe a bit less between second and third than first and second, but still very close to even about how far they are from each other. Jose Protege is a bit off, but not by much. So, as we
have 30 to go.
30 to go in this evening's race from the B Customs GC Sports Series at Phoenix International Raceway for the Cacti are cool 250 kilometers. Still can't believe I named the race that. Anyways, JWoww's now caught Country Caliber decent men to come in laps here and could be making a move maybe before pit stops, try to get out in front of the 11, be able to defend at a track where it's much easier to defend than attack. JWoww, as we've seen with the 18 before, with his battle with the 18 beforehand, trying to build up a run to try to get a car around the outside of the 11. But at the same time, he's not afraid to dive to the inside if he needs to get the spot. And he'll go way down to the inside right here, actually, before he arcs it back up and just in general tries to... Oh, there's Country Caliber actually down the pit. He says he sees some warning flags coming. He decides, I need to get out of this quickly. And the leader pits with splitting the stage in half. Just about. And now that could be a very interesting strategy call that could hurt or harm him, depending on what happens with the rest of this field. So JWoww, now he's drove it down. Daha's going to take the lead for now. Jose Protege out of 4th place and Guardian out of 5th. All going to die down as well. Memphis Phoenix will take over 2nd. So the pit stop cycle has begun for the final time at here this evening. Now the 18, the last car out of the top 5 that needs to come down, and he's making that move right here. The 18 is down pit lane. Country Caliber is coming out at this moment in time. We'll see how far he gets around before he is caught by his fellow drivers in the 9 and the 4. There's Caliber. He's going to come out. JWoww's actually might have just beaten him off a pit road. And he has actually. JCR JWoww from C Customs to the lead of the B Custom race. But as he's still getting up to speed a little bit, Country Caliber to the inside. This could be the race right here. 25 to go. Whoever wins this battle could hold on and win the race. Country Caliber still up the inside. Daha coming out the pits. Not too far off. If they stay side by side, the 18 might have a chance to run these two down and make it a 3-way battle. And now just only bring more and more cars into the fight from there. JWoww with the outside having the momentum driving his car. And it looks like he's going to have a run off here and get clear of the 11. And JCR JWoww will take his first lead of the race since the end of stage 1 where he won and then dropped back to that spot where he ended up in stage 2, which was like 4th or 5th. But the 9 car back out to the lead. But can't count on that for long. Daha's coming up now. Country Caliber's still right there. If they get hard battling, Jose Protege could have a late charge. And we've seen Jose have a great long run car that could nearly get around Country Caliber in stage 2. So you really can't count on anyone yet in this race. We could even still see a caution. And how would that shake up the field at this point in time? As the front 3 continue to constrict on each other. JWoww holding off the 11 and the 18. Country Caliber also needs to keep Daha at bay as they are in a battle for the top spot, only separated by 3 points entering this race. So this spot right here could be huge in the battle. Now Daha to the inside. Country Caliber is just not going to pose much of a threat to that. And the 18 will get into P2. I think Country Caliber does the smart move right here. Doesn't get a battle and let JWoww get out to a lead. See if him or Daha can make a run at the lead late in this race. So a very smart move from a very smart man in the 11 of Country Caliber. Now I've known he's been around league racing for a decent bit now, so that's definitely one of the more veteran moves you'll see. Just give up now, try to profit later, even with coming towards like 20 to go at this point or somewhere around there. He just knows that there's another day to fight for, and now's not the time to get into a huge battle. As JWoww, he's dove it way down to the inside that time. Maybe he's trying to keep a distance from the 18 and the 11 as he sees them maybe catching him a little bit. But now that 18's going to have a better 1 and 2 and a run out of it. It looks like the 18 is really trying to actually just set up some momentum, almost like what the 9 tried doing with him earlier. See if he could get that spot back. As JWoww continues to lead. We are not going anywhere, folks. As this battle for the lead, the top 3 separated by maybe a second at most, or a second or 2, I should probably say. Probably closer to that second margin. And this could be a very wild finish. JWoww just trying to hold his line through 1 and 2 at a time. He's trying to just run his own race, and that's what you need to do at the lead at this point in time. Run your own race. If you do that, the 18's not going to have a chance to even get close to you. Dies it a bit more in, and the 18 down the dog leg again. And now the 18 really dies it. Maybe trying to force some contact to get real close to him, but couldn't get there.
Looks like we're about to have a big battle for 5th, too. Between Memphis and I believe it's Guardian.
Memphis is way behind Guardian. I think you're looking at Street
Never
Machine,
mind.
who's a lap down. Yeah. Anyways, back to the top 3 once again. JWoww continues to lead. He's actually kept a nice distance. Daha looking to make another dive at it. And while he's making these dives at it, he's actually got a nice run there. He's been able to get the diamond through there. JWoww gets a bit of a wall on entry to the corner. Sorry with the camera. Trying to. And Paul Bear talking about the awesome racing. Yeah, I would have to agree with that at this point. This race has been absolutely phenomenal at all aspects of the race. Daha can't really stay with the 9 now. For that time. Looks like he's there for a moment, then he's gone again. Almost like Houdini in that aspect. And I mean, we look at it right again. He's working his way right back up there to the 9 car. So don't count him out yet. Also, don't count on Country Calibers. Now he might be trying to make a move for second. Maybe put him back in that driver's seat to get the win away from the 9 of JWoww. But there's Daha again with another hard drive on corner exit down the inside. Just trying everything he can to catch that 9 car, run different lines.
Yeah, I might be catching some lap traffic or traffic about to be lapped.
They would be in a still a couple seconds off of that lap traffic, but it looks like Warpig and Long Live the Sauce could be another factor in this battle for a race win. But now Country Caliber is looking at second, and he wants that back from the 18. But can't really get a spot. Now to 9 has a bit of time to drive away. The 11 dives it in, but doesn't have enough space to get to him. The 18 now has a run corner exit of turn 2, and he's going to be back right towards the bumper to 9. I think Country Caliber could let this sit here, as if Daha gets any closer, it could be bump and run time here at Phoenix Raceway. We're getting right down to it. The 11's crept up more on the 18 for a second.
5 to go from the leaders.
How many to go?
5.
So 5 to go now. Less laps than I even thought we had. Daha's looking at any possible move he can make at this point on 9. Loses a tiny bit of time on exit there. Now 4 to go. He's right back towards the bumper. He has a great 3 and 4 that time. Looked to his outside, couldn't get something work out there. Tries to dive around the outside, but nowhere close. Now he looks to just try to create a run. Down the back straightaway. Down to 3 and 4. This another great corner in general. He's going to get right back up to him again. 3 to go. JWoww trying to probably sweating bullets at this point. Lap traffic in front of him. The second and third right behind him. Down to 3 and 4 again. Daha. Does he get side by side? Not this time. 2 to go. The penultimate lap here at Phoenix Raceway in the B Custom Series. JWoww has a bit of distance. Daha drives right up to his bumper. Who's going to have to run off? It might be that 9 car. And it will be JWoww. Warpig stays out the way. Fair play from the 19 there. Now coming to the final lap. JWoww, Daha, Country Caliber, all within a second. Who's going to prevail? JWoww has distance. He also has the 21 right in front of him. That's lap traffic. 21's out the way. Daha is going to have one last chance. Will he send it? Can't get there. JWoww, Daha's up in the wall. JWoww's going to hold on to win. Daha second, Country Caliber third. Absolutely incredible finish right down to the very end. We'll get full race results for you in a moment. Wow. That was an absolutely incredible race. I think anyone can look at that and say so. I certainly think so. And with that, the first time we've seen a C Custom guy win a B Custom race coming up. JCRJ Wow in that 9 car with a phenomenal race, win stage 1 as well in the process. So we'll get fast lap for you right here and then have a full race rundown. As well, Country Caliber fastest lap of 25.567. So if you do not mind, Trav, can you add our top three to the chat?
Who are they?
JCRJ Wow is back, Country Caliber, and Daha. So Paul Bear is saying good racing, congrats to the top three. I, as I've said before, I definitely agree. This was a very good race all around. From just about anywhere you looked at it, it was some sort of action going on, or it was right there at the very least. As we are waiting, we'll get to see if any daily fastest laps were put in the Phoenix leaderboard. A couple of qualifying laps were right there. Phoenix is a bit of a wall bank track, so so it's not too common to see that. But Jose Protege, JWoww, all right, getting right there, and fastest lap of the race from Country Caliber was nearly in that conversation as well. So fair enough to the group again. JWoww already in the comments saying that was the hardest race he's raced in his life. Well, should be getting you into the booth here so you could get a full interview with here, my guy. So if you, and then Paul Bear also congratulating him. Good to see. Good to see. And there is Daha joining.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I do have you. Country Caliber also now joining us, and our race winner JWoww. But we will, now that we have everyone in here, we will start with our third place finisher, and that would be Country Caliber, if I am correct in saying that.
Yeah.
All right. So a stage 2 win and a top 3 in the end in what is a huge night for both you and the 18 in a hotly contested points battles. Just tell me what's going through your mind throughout the race there.
Uh, it was a fun race. Congrats to JWoww and good racing there with him and and Jose. Um, I don't know. I felt like I spun out early in the race, made a mistake and spun out and drove back up through the field. And I felt like if I could get in the lead, I could drive away, and I did that a couple of times. But uh, on run speed just wasn't as good as I was expecting. Um, Still fast, but just a little bit off from the 9 and the 18 and the 4. And I was leading there at the end. I came down the pit road. I didn't get on the pit road as good as I should have, and had like a 16.8 second pit stop, and that, you know, my lead was gone from that. And I tightened my car up a little bit to see if I can help my, long run speed, and I had to let the 18 go, so I was just too tight, and I was hoping those two would battle, and I would, once my car loosened up, I could run them back down, and that's what happened. But I just couldn't get there. I didn't have enough. And, that would have been nice to get the win, but got the stage win. That's good.
Didn't you get 2 of them?
No.
Who's the other stage winner?
JWoww got the first stage.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, good stage where just a little too late there at the end for you, it seems, which real unfortunate. But overall, a great race from you.
Yeah, it was a good race. Hate that I made that mistake early in the race, but able to recover and get to the lead, and had a really good car in the short run. But it was, like I said, it was really good in the long run, but just not good enough. And they had first tires at the end, which one lap can be a difference. So
yeah, definitely. All right. Well, thank you. And now we will turn our attention to the second place finisher, the 18 of Daha. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
So you started on pole, I believe, and
Yes,
you were just right in the mix of the lead the entire time. It seemed like you never really dropped out of, like, where Country Caliber and JWoww, they might have had points where they were back in 4th and 5th and even further back. You were in like the top 3 just about the entire race, so a very consistent run from you. But just looking at that last run there where we're just there, just maybe a lap or 2 more, and you had the 9. Just what were your thoughts about that?
Man, I don't think I was gonna be able to get him. I had a chance one time. He got caught up in behind a lap car, going down the back straightaway, and it looked like he got a little bit loose. And I went up underneath him, but I didn't want to take the chance. I got a bad habit of locking up my tires and pushing up and hitting people, so I backed out real quick. That way, I didn't do it. And hell, he winded up pulling away from me again. So, and it took all the way until that last lap, until the last corner to try to get to him. I was just going to rim wall it right there on that last lap. I was going full Kyle Larson, Carl Edwards type deal. But I was close enough to him to where I was going to try to make a move, but man, I couldn't bring it to myself to bump him out of the way for the win.
Yeah, it's a tough dilemma, especially at a short track like here, where it's very easy to just be like, it's the last lap, get out the way, I'm winning this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, stuff like that carries over into like the next week or weeks upon. People don't forget when you knock them out of the way for a win. So
right.
I didn't want no bad blood right there. But yeah, that 9, the 11, and 18. I mean, we was all in the 4 car too. We was all pretty well together there the whole race. It was I actually had a really good time, really fun time trying to keep up with them keep up with me. To me, it just felt like whoever had the fresh air had the advantage to me. Because if
Right.
11, if he was in front, man, he'd pull away from us. If the 9 was in front, he'd pull away. And I noticed if I got in front, I could pull away just a little bit until, my tires start wearing down and then start closing in on me a little bit. But no, all in all, good night. I think we got second, third, and then second in the race. So it was a good night for the 18 crew.
Yeah, definitely. Also, you mentioned like how fun the racing was. That battle in stage 2 between you and just about anyone you could find, really. Jose was right in there, JWoww was right in there, Guardian even all the way up to second at some point in stage 2. That entire battle was probably the most worn out I've been commentating, just figuring, oh, hey, there's another move, oh, there's 2 moves happening at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, it just seemed like everybody was at least, top 4 was pretty well equal, damn near the whole runs, is what it seemed like. You just pretty well had to wait for somebody to get loose coming off the corner in order to get a good run on them. And it wasn't very often my car was getting loose, but I couldn't get the center off to get the good run coming off. I guess that's one of them deals. What happens when you wait till the last minute to sit right there and try to adjust your setup. So, but yeah, it was all in all a good night.
Right.
I'm happy with it.
All right. Thank you for your time. Also, a note from the comms that I believe it's JCR clashing. I don't exactly know which JCR member is here in the comments, but he mentioned that you had a very fast race car as well. I did see him also spectating, so it probably was him. But yeah, so a little bit of congratulations from him to send over to you.
Oh, well, thank you. Oh, and congratulations to JWoww.
All right. And with that, we'll move over to the aforementioned JWoww, our race winner, coming all the way from C Customs to take not only the race win, but also stage 1 in the race. JWoww, do you have a copy? Excuse me?
I don't hear him.
Yeah, I'm not hearing him either.
Can you hear me?
Now we can.
Yeah, I got a copy.
Alright, so our race winner, first time that we've seen a C Custom guy, at least in my tenure. I don't know if it happened before on Wednesday night, but first time we've seen a guy from a lower series come up into this podium. So always great to be the first, and you did it with a win as well. Just what was your mindset about this race, seeing that you were here just based off of speed from Sunday night?
Oh yeah, it was a pretty tough race. We're all pretty even out there. Car didn't handle the way I wanted it to in the beginning of the race, and so I made some adjustments. After that, stage 2, I kind of chilled out for a little bit. Tried to see how long I can go on my tires. Then stage 3 came. We're just all even, and then just seemed the pit stop, because it's very hard to pass around here, and the pit stops made it was a deciding factor out of it all.
Yeah, your team gave a really good pit stop there when the 11 team didn't really quite have one, and you straight up leapfrogged him despite pitting a lap later. It was very, very wild to see that happen there.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised by it too when I came out with the lead, and but I'll take it.
Yeah, and then you were able to put on a great defensive drive there at the end, holding off Daha once you had that lead. How nervous were you that the 18 was gonna get to you and try to make a move on you there?
Oh, I was very nervous. I was that whole last run, I just couldn't shake him off, and he just stayed there and just always had to do some mirror driving at the end, and it got very stressing, and it paid off at the end. And that's all I'll say. It was one of the hardest races I've probably ever raced, ever.
Yeah, that was definitely some wild racing to watch there. I so if anyone out on YouTube land has any last comments for our drivers, we'll be wrapping.
Oh yeah, I would like to give a shout out to McLovin for the setup. We came in. I had another setup for the race, and then he helped me get in another setup right before the race, and it ended up working out for the win. I just wanted to send a shout out to him.
Yep. So, yeah, McLovin's definitely one of the best when it comes to customs in general. He's also down to see customs with you and the other JCR guys on Sunday. So, if you want to see all of them race, check out Sundays. And we also have tomorrow night a customs, which you, Country, and Duh are all invited to race in it at Talladega. So
Talladega.
we'll see how many are there, but I think that'll be a very interesting race. And with that, that is it from GC Sports on this Wednesday evening. My name's been T-Bird. Join back tomorrow night, same time, 8 o'clock Eastern, to catch Mr. Voice in NASCAR on the call from Talladega for the A Customs, where, as I've just mentioned, the top 3 from this race, as well as some of the top racers in the game in general, will be racing. And now we are signing off from Phoenix.